Hi, let's look at this question together. The figure is made up of three rectangles. A straight line is drawn across the rectangles, divides the figure into two parts, shaded and unshaded. The perimeter of the shaded part is 4 cm longer than the perimeter of the unshaded part. What is the length of AB? What is the area of the shaded part? So in this question, there are three rectangular. This 1, 2, and 3. Then they have a line that's drawn across. So they have a line that's drawn across and divide the figure into two parts. This is the shaded part. This is the unshaded part. And the parameters of the shaded part is 4 cm longer than the unshaded part. So you're supposed to find this length of AB and also the area of the shaded part. So these are the dimensions. So the smallest rectangle is 3 cm by 2, and the next one is 4 by 6, and so on. Okay, now let's look at what we know about this question. Okay, so the perimeter of the shaded part is 4 cm longer than the perimeter of the unshaded part, which means that, okay, so this is the this is the shaded part. The green one is the shaded part, which I outlined for you in green. The unshaded part is actually this triangle here. Okay, so the question says the green line is 4 cm longer than the red line. So with this information, how do we solve the problem? Okay, now we go into the solution. Okay, we know that the perimeter of the shaded part is 4 cm longer than the unshaded part. We also know that in this figure, some of the lines are actually overlapped. Okay, so let's compare. Okay, so since the red line overlaps the shaded unshaded, we can treat it the same. Okay, so regardless if this is 10 centimeter, both of them will be 10 centimeter, whether it is shaded or unshaded. Okay, the next thing we compare the height. Okay, so for the unshaded part, this is the height. For the shaded part, this green line plus this green line plus this green line add up together is actually the same as the height of this green line here, which actually equal to AB. Okay, so the green and the green and the green are, if you push them together, they are actually the same height. Similarly, for the purple line, the horizontal line, this line is the same as this plus the top line. So the three purple line add together will be equal to the bottom line here. Okay, so if when you compare these two figures, okay, there's only one thing that we did not able to match them together is the distance here, which I call it U, and an equal distance here, which I also call it U. Okay, because if you draw a line across, this length is equal to this length. So we can say that the difference between the shaded and the unshaded is actually 2U. And the question says that the parameters of the shaded part is 4 cm longer than the parameter unshaded part, which means that 2U is equal to 4 cm and U is equal to 2 cm. So if U is equal to 2 cm, we know that the total height here is 13 cm, which means that AB has to be 13 minus 2 or 13 minus U, which is 11 centimeter. Okay, so we solve problem part 1. Now we go to part 2. Okay, so we know that this is already 11. Now we go to part 2. So for part 2, you are supposed to find the area of this figure. Now we know all the dimension. We're supposed to find the area of this figure, the shaded part. Okay, so the easiest way to do is actually take it as 3 rectangle. So if you find the area of the 3 rectangle, you minus away the area of the triangle, you will get the leftover is actually the area of the shaded part. So are we able to find the area rectangle? Yes, we have all the dimension. This one is 3 by 2, this one is 6 by 4, and this one is 13 by 8. We can also find the area of the triangle because it's half base times height, which is 14 times 11. Okay, so I simply call this X, Y, and Z, give them a name. Okay, so area of rectangle X is actually length times breadth, so it's 3 centimeter times 2 centimeter is 6. Area rectangle Y is 6 times 4. So if your kid is doing, remember this is not 3. Don't take it as 3. You need to have 3 plus 3 because you are looking at the total length here. So it's 6 times 4. And similarly for rectangle Z is 7 plus 3 plus 3 is 13 multiplied by 8 here. So it's 13 times 8 is 104. For the area of the triangle is half base times height is half times 14 times 11. Half times 14, so it's 77. So area of the shaded part, I just need to sum out these three rectangles. 6 plus 24 plus 104. 6 plus 24 plus 104. Subtract away 77 with the triangle, and the answer is 57 centimeters square. Okay. So I hope you find this video useful. If yes, do subscribe to my channel so that I'm aware. Thank you.